Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to look at LR Super Saiyan Rose and, you know, sort of his leader skill, right? His future category team. Now, in truth, the best future category leader by a mile is Trunks. Dragon Ball Super Trunks. You know, he has the HP and attack 170%, which is the ideal one you want to go for. That's the best way a leader skill can be. And then defense 130%. But then Trunks also has the monstrous super class 3 key and 120%, which is crazy, right? So you could run, I don't know, get like LR Goku and Frieza on there, get like, you know, LR Gogeta you could put on this team and just run him with LR Vegito Blue. You know, at the time of recording this, I do think LR Vegito Blue and LR Gogeta Blue are the best unit in the game. Again, I can't really, one thing about Vegito Blue and Gogeta Blue is I'm not really comfortable separating them. I think Gogeta probably more often than not is going to look better than Vegito, but, you know, in, like, long events, Vegito will pull, like, at max power, Vegito is stronger, right? So, like, I pretty much have them as, like, tied, and I probably have Rose at 3 as of right now. Rose is super good, and he hits so hard out of the gate. Like, LR Goku and Frieza can hit harder than Rose, actually, but in order to do that, you have to be able to lower the enemy's attack, which for something like Super Battle Road obviously is not an issue, but, you know, Legendary Goku event, Infinite Dragon Ball history, you know, some of the later stages of Dokkan events, like, there is a significant amount of stages in the game where you can't lower attack, right? And that will nerf LR Goku and Frieza a bit, but LR Goku and Frieza do have better defense than Rose most of the time as well. That's another thing to factor in. So the future team is super good, right? And then here's the thing too. So, you know, we just got the first ever LR EZA, you know, this LR Zamasu Goku right here, SA level 25, very good. You know, you could build a full sort of Goku Black and Zamasu team, which is going to be incredibly powerful. We also just got this guy's EZA recently, where he gives 50% defense to extreme class Realm of Gods category units. So that's basically the entire Goku Black and Zamasu family. I mean, you know, again, you rock him with LR Goku Black and the new LR EZA Zamasu, and, like, you're set. You're good to go, right? Then, even furthermore, so just on Global, we got the EZA for Physical Vegito Blue, and stunningly, unlike AGL Super Vegito and, you know, several other units in the game, they just decided, who cares? We're just going to make Physical Vegito Blue the best EZA in the game, probably by a long shot. Like, I would say he's probably, he might be significantly better than Int Janemba, which is insane, because, you know, I still had Int Janemba as the best EZA unit 24 hours ago, because 24 hours ago, this guy's EZA was not out at the time I'm recording this. So 24 hours ago, Int Janemba had, for me, been the best EZA for, you know, 14 months. He had been #1. And now, Physical Vegito Blue, I mean, he could be replaced, Physical Vegito Blue, but, I mean, it's going to take a lot, because, you know, he greatly raises attack and defense on his super attack for 1 turn, which is just a ludicrous effect, considering he could super attack 4 times. He has damage reduction, additionals, counters. He is, I mean, I'm not going to call him the perfect unit, but, I mean, his EZA was far and away more than, like, anyone anticipated. Like, it's stunning how crazy they made him. So now I wonder, what is this guy going to look like? I mean, I assume AGL Rose's EZA is going to come to JP before it comes to Global, and I think this guy's EZA is probably going to come to JP before Physical Vegito Blue's EZA comes to JP. So it'll be very interesting to see how nasty AGL Rose is going to be, right? And then, like, you know, this video really is about sort of the future category team, right? So again, it's just like, there's just so much here. The future category team has just been getting, like, buffs non-stop, right? Like, Future Gohan, you know, is a Dokkan Fest. Only a couple of Dokkan Fests ago. You know, he just came out on Global. As of the moment of me recording this, he is the most recent Dokkan Festival exclusive on Global. He's ridiculous. You know, we got Trunks, we got Zamasu. You know, we got a bunch of the base form Goku Blacks. We just got the Trunks and Mai card as well from the anniversary. They have their active skill that you could use on the 3rd turn, the Mafuba, which makes them one of the most devastating units for Super Battle Road and Dokkan Battlefield. Absolutely just wicked, bizarrely powerful is what Trunks and Mai are. And then, of course, we got like the My support type unit. There's even several really good free-to-play options now. Like this World Tournament Goku Black. I mean, you could still run, like this guy gives 40%, right? To units like the Vegito Blues and all the Goku Blacks. Because he gives, what, 20% attack and 10% defense to Time Traveler and Future, which again is everything in this category except for Future Gohan and the Future Androids. They're the only ones that have Future without Time Traveler. I mean, then, there's also units like Cell that has Time Traveler but not Future, but he obviously is not on the actual Future category, right? And then, then we have like these guys who are decent enough free-to-play options as well. So the Future category just has everything. I mean, even Gowasu and Zamasu came out last year. Amazing support. They give a monstrous defensive buff and key. I mean, you have everything. This guy is really good for long events. His damage reduction, he gets 10% damage reduction each turn he's on rotation, up to 50%. And then, defense, if you have 70k plus defense with 50% damage reduction, it's very difficult to take damage. So this guy does still have value here and there, and he looks really good alongside the Future Gohan as well. So, just a ridiculous category team, really. And, I don't... These two, I mean, I have no idea when they're going to get EZAs because they came out at smack dab in the middle of the category meta. It's probably not going to be for a super long time, but for the foreseeable future, this is the best Vegito Blue. He is way better than Tech Vegito Blue. And then even LR Vegito Blue. See, what's funny is you might think like, oh, physical Vegito Blue might be great with damage, but he can't defend like LR Vegito Blue. And it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, LR Vegito Blue is a great defensive unit, and like he could stack defense, so maybe like the Legendary Goku event, you keep him on rotation, 12 key super attacking every turn. Yeah, his defense is going to be probably more impressive than physical Vegito Blue, but I mean, depending upon how many super attacks you get, and then his damage reduction jumps up to 40%, and then he has, what, 40% defense at the start of turn, I don't know. I mean, I feel like a lot of the times this guy is actually going to be more impressive defensively than LR Vegito Blue, or at least on a similar level. And then, he is one of the best offensive units in the game. I mean, he's up there. He's very, very high. I think I did see the numbers on the Dokkan subreddit, and I believe they had physical Vegito Blue as 4th. I think it was... I know LR Goku and Frieza were in there. I think they're still 1, and then I know LR Tech Broly is in there, and then LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku is in there, and then I believe Physical Vegito Blue was 4. So, offensively and defensively, this guy is going to be nuts. Let's go ahead and just hop into an event. I'll probably just run, again, we'll go LR Goku Black as leader, probably with, a full Goku Black and Zamasu team, just play around for a little bit. But this Future category team, man, I mean, and let me not dress over the fact that this guy right here, I mean, he has got to be the next EZA for JP. I mean, he has to be. I guess, what might be really possible is that this guy will EZA at the same time on Global and JP for Saiyan Day. Because, Global did just get Future Gohan, and they did just get Physical Vegito Blue. So then this guy would, EZA. The timing would make sense for both Global and JP if it was a Saiyan Day, EZA, right? But he's going to EZA and presumably be the best blue Vegeta in the game, right? I mean, again, he was skipped over. He is the only one from the 70% and the 100% meta that has not gotten his EZA yet. It's bizarre. And then, obviously, Spirit Bomb Sword Rage Trunks. Blue Vegeta and Rage Trunks are both coming up on EZAs, again, within the next couple of months. Like, by May or June, I'm sure all of these units will have EZA'd on JP. Rage Trunks, AGL, Rose, Blue Vegeta, Physical Vegito Blue, again, Rose, all of those guys are going to be EZAing, I think, on JP within the next 4 or 5 months. So this Future team, it just only gets better and better. And then the thing, too, is, I mean, they would have, in order to make AGL Rose better than LR Rose, they'd have to do crazy stuff, right? But the good thing is, it's very easy to make this guy incredibly relevant, even for a whale like me that has LR Rose Rainbowed, right? Rose is 100% attack at the start of turn, and then he gives 3 key to Extreme Class, right? If you give him 120% attack and defense at the start of turn, and then Extreme Class, like, 3 key, and then maybe he gives, like, attack and defense 30% or something like that, he is, like, just a god. Like, that scenario, if he was 120% attack and defense, and then he gave 3 key and 30% attack and defense, like, he would be so insane that it's like, I would, like, probably run him, like, over Rose at that point, like, LR Rose. Like, so, like, there's a scenario, like, I hope what they do with this guy is they build him heavily through support. That's what I want. Rather than make this guy supremely hard-hitting or something like that, make him just a ridiculous overall unit so that he fulfills a different role than LR Rose. That's the best thing they could do. But regardless, this guy is going to be... Because many people have this guy rainbowed or with several copies because he's been out for 4 years, right? So, like, you know, you're not going to have the LR who just came out, summonable LR, you know, maybe you got one copy, but more than likely you're not going to get him for a while, right? So, like, there's always supreme value in EZAs like this. So, definitely looking forward to seeing what some of these EZAs for this future team are going to look like. And then, of course, you know, these units, Realm of Gods, Vegeta family, Hybrid Saiyan, Pure Saiyan, like, you know, Patara, this guy is on, like, Time Traveler. Like, these units are all on these just, like, insanely OP categories already. It's like, like, right now, it's kind of like anniversary time, big celebration time, so this is where they'll buff up these categories. But once we get, like, the start of March or the start of April and stuff like that, they really got to do stuff like, you know, buff the lower level stuff in the game. Namekian, World Tournament, Low Class Saiyan, stuff like that has really got to go up, right? But again, big time celebration is always going to be fusions and Saiyans and stuff like that, because that's what sells well. So, all right, I talked for so long, but let's go ahead and hop into an event now. All right, guys, so we are here in an event on the future category team, all LR Goku Black and Zamasu. Well, all Goku Black and Zamasu, right? We got, even found a friend rainbowed LR Goku Black. That's actually pretty rare. I haven't seen a lot of those floating around. I've seen a lot of Broly. Seems like people were probably trying to summon for Goku Black and end up pulling Broly. You know, stuff like that does happen. Okay, so we have the Int Goku Black right here. Now, I've gone over this a bit at this point, but Int Goku Black is probably actually LR Goku Black's best friend after he transforms. They share many links, and he's also giving 3 key... Okay, that's unfortunate, but fine, whatever. We'll take a lot of damage here, but the thing about this team is, number 1, we're going to have big bad bosses with many of the units, and number 2, we're going to be healing like crazy with, like, you know, LR Goku Black and AGL Zamasu. There actually is, like, an abundance of units you could use, too, because there's still the TUR Goku Black and Zamasu I could use, right? The TUR of LR Goku Black and Zamasu. They're, like, another potential option that you can go ahead and rock. So, again, you just have a vast array of options available for this Goku Black and Zamasu team. And by the way, I mean, eventually there is going to be an LR merge Zamasu. I mean, you could just go ahead and, you know, just pencil that in. Like, that's going to happen. LR merge Zamasu. You know, I think that is a very high chance of being a Dokkan Festival exclusive LR. Really, I mean, Rose, honestly, I think is on the level, like, of hype and popularity that he probably should have been a Dokkan Festival exclusive LR as well, rather than just a generic summonable LR. Because, like, you know, they could do any, like, group of characters as, like, okay, we're getting pretty unlucky so far, but we are going to have big bad bosses for the other Rose at least. This is going to hurt. 250 and then 200. All right. Yeah, that was a lot of damage. But now this guy gets to really go in. 5 million right there of big bad bosses active. Pretty good. Quite good. And again, I'm not really too concerned because we do have a number of units here that are capable of healing, such as AGL Zamasu right here. AGL Zamasu also is going to be a pretty good linking partner with the LR, provided that he's transformed to this form, right? Because he gets big bad bosses at this point. Big bad bosses, of course, is, you know, hugely important to him being able to deal sort of the max damage he could do. Now, the LR Zamasu at the end there, don't forget that with him, you know, maybe at the very beginning of the battle, he doesn't look quite as impressive as you'd want him to. The reason is because he does have to deal the finishing blow in order to get extra attack and defense that does sort of like multiply into itself with his passive. So any enemy he finishes off, he begins to look extraordinarily better. Like, he just becomes so much better with enemies that he finishes off. So it's super important for that LR Zamasu to actually be able to finish enemies off as much as he possibly can. This shouldn't be too bad. Oh, no, it was. Okay. You should be fine with... You have big bad bosses active, don't you? Come on, man. The Goku Black and Zamasu team, not really. I mean, you know, again, many people do consider this right here the hardest stage in the game. And I mean, for good reason. We are getting torn up in here. I might actually have to use an item here. Let's see. So, they're at 123k defense, which is fine. But, again, at this point, we would get finished off. I think I'm actually probably just going to use an item. Wow, very embarrassing I have to use an item here. But I don't know. I wanted to hop into something like the Infinite Dragon Ball History event. I felt like this would be a good place to use these units. Maybe we just got unlucky with getting tagged by that Broly on, like, type disadvantage units and stuff like this. And, like, this right here is an unfortunate super attack as well, because, you know, we build up the defense with Goku Black and Zamasu and they super attack. So them supering is going to help out a lot. And they haven't built up their full attack and stuff like that. Well, by now they should, yeah. Because LR Goku Black and Zamasu, they only have to get hit 4 times in order to actually build up their maximum attack power. There he is at 5.17. I mean, considering we're on a 130% lead team, and, like, this is just an attack that we've seen a couple of times now, like, that's very impressive. LR Int Goku Black, by the way, when he finishes off enemies, he also gets ki permanently. So that's another effect that he can also do. Okay, so what is... So they're both at 69k, and they both go up after they super attack. Okay. So I'll probably just put Int Goku Black right there, and then we'll let this other Int Goku Black right there. Was this turn 6? I feel like this should have been turn 6 already, right? That's unfortunate that we did not transform with that Goku Black yet, because, oh, wow. Yeah, well, there's... See, here's the thing. By this point in the fight, the fusions would have transformed, and, like, once they transform, they certainly can eat damage a little bit better. Well... They can eat damage better than Rose, but they do still have to attack several times, you know, because they get all that extra attack and defense per attack. So, like, they have to build that up. The good news is that we're going to see Rose's active skill next turn. That potentially could be a good place to end this, actually. Rose busting out that scythe of his is very cool. Now, this is one thing, you know, again, comparing the fusions to Rose, which... Oh, we healed up too much to do it. Damn, that's kind of unfortunate. I will... We probably will still take enough damage right here, depending upon what happens, to where we could potentially use the active skill next turn. Ah, he supered him. LR Goku Black and Zamasu, I mean, we've been consistently super attacking with them, so their defense is okay. Plus, they have type advantage on this Broly, so yeah, that's not really that bad. But, hey, there's where the healing actually hurt. Oh, man, so, you know, Rose's active skill is way harder to get, I think, than the fusions. Upon playing around with Rose a lot, I mean, I knew this going in, that you were only going to ever see it in the Infinite Dragon Ball History, you know, deep into the event, or the Legendary Goku event deep into the event either. Oh, alright, double super from Rose means I don't think he's going to be taking really any damage whatsoever. Oh, he's going to finish Broly off as well. And again, when he finishes an enemy off, he does get 2 ki permanently right there, making him even better. Okay. And then this turn, we were actually below the HP threshold. Isn't that funny? Ain't that hilarious? All right, I'm going to put Goku Black right there because he's sealed, so he's not going to be able to raise his defense on super attack anyway. I really am just trying to get the active skill, and then we're going to finish up. But the fusions, you know, you can only use their active skill on turn 6, just like Rose. Rose's can only be used turn 6 or later. That's the same with the fusions. The earliest you could possibly get the fusions active skill is turn 6, sometimes turn 7. Depends on how it works out, right? So with that, they only have to have the enemy at under 50% HP, whereas Rose, yourself, you have to be below 66% HP. Now, I've found that more often than not, the fusions one is probably going to be more likely for you to activate, especially, like, because what I'm talking about specifically is Dokkan events, right? In Dokkan events, it's, wow, okay, a lot of healing right there, great. In Dokkan events, it's fairly reasonable that you are going to, you know, be tearing through the fight very quickly. You're going to be destroying the boss, but you're probably not going to be taking that much damage at the same time. So, you know, getting to that active skill threshold for them is not like the craziest thing in the world. Whereas, you know, Rose, it sort of is. And I've found really that their active skill mechanic, honestly, it does seem pretty fair to me. The fusions, like, I actually do feel like it's actually balanced pretty well. I mean, maybe I think they actually, yeah, and they're already, like, you know, tied as the best units in the game, but I feel as though you could have allowed them to use their active skill the same turn that they transform. I think that would have been okay. You know, I mean, we've seen a precedent of a lot of units now that kind of do it in that manner, though. Is that not active skill? Oh, it's not. But we have seen a lot of units sort of work in that manner, right? Where they will be able to activate their active skill the turn after they transform. So, like, LR Int Cell is like that. Trunks and Zamasu are like that. There's many, many units in this game that are sort of like built to function in that manner. So, I mean, maybe there's some issue with having the active skill activate on the same turn they transform, because I'm thinking, is there a unit that does that can use an active skill like the same turn they transform? Like, it might be like a coding issue or something like that. I'm actually not going to get this Dokkan attack, because again, I really would just like to get the active skill. It's so rare to be able to see Rose's active skill. Like, I feel like I've only... so I've recorded, I don't know, probably like 10 videos on Rose, and I've done the active skill in like 2 or something like that. Also, LR Zamasu gains ki when he gets hit, up to a max of 6, which for an LR is an extraordinary ability. That's really good. I actually really, really like that as like a key ability for an LR. You know, because Rose's, depending upon the situation, could be not that valuable for you, because you do have to finish an enemy off for him to get ki from his passive, but he does so much damage that it is reasonable. Oh, we literally can't take... the healing with LR Goku Black and Zamasu is really keeping us in the game here. Now, at this point, Broly is probably so strong that we actually would be at risk of dying here, but I'm going to keep going. We'll either die or get the active skill. That's how we're going to do it with this full Goku Black and Zamasu team. Yeah, because now we're taking so much damage. LR Rose should be okay. I mean, I don't know. He might take close to 100k. He should be okay if he can not take a super attack like that. Okay, so we're good. We should be good. I think. We do have Merge Zamasu on rotation. Yeah, 200k is okay. We do have Merge Zamasu on rotation as well, who is giving the 50% defensive buff. Big Bad Bosses is active. We get a double super attack, which we did. I actually think he'll probably take double digits right here, because his defense is super high now. Let me see. Yeah, yep. Yeah, see, he could be good defensively. So that's Big Bad Bosses, Merge Zamasu's 50% buff, plus Rose greatly raised his defense twice. So I believe that's a 50% defensive raise twice. So, you know, so what? If he's at like 80k defense at the start, then he would give himself like 40k defense, and then the second one would be like 60k defense or something like that. So like Rose might have gained 100k defense from those super attacks. Like that's why, like, you know, like LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, like, you know, he doesn't struggle defensively and stuff like that. So just to get it in the video, let's go ahead and transform with Merge Zamasu. You know, this is a nice active skill like transformation cutscene as well. Don't really get a chance to use this too often, because like this is good for like Dokkan events, and I mean for Super Battle Road, like, you know, let's say there's an enemy attacking in the first slot, like in the second position though, not before Zamasu would attack, and then you could potentially transform a Zamasu for the Megaton Nuke attack, which, you know, he'll have a 3+ million attacks or whatever. Because what does he get, like 280% attack? Yeah, I believe outside of Roshi, that's the highest in the game that we've seen, right? Roshi, and like just a singular number, right? Because, like, you know, Trunks and Mai and Bardock and Gine, they're able to get super high as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and use Rose's active skill. This should work out pretty well, too. We'll be able to see kind of the exclusive little cutscene thing he has, right? He has the wind screen. There are several characters who have wind screens now. LR Broly, Chile, and Limo have one. Dokkan Fest Kid Goku's got one. Trunks has got one. Funny enough, I believe Merge Zamasu actually does not have one of those special wind screens, huh? But many, many characters in Dokkan at this point now do have them. Rose is also ridiculous. Oh, this has never happened. No, we're good. I was about to say, this has never happened before where I couldn't get a super attack with Rose in this form, but, you know, one extra key per orb is ridiculously busted, as we could see. And he's super effective against all types, so that makes this by far and away the best rage mode in the game. Like, and there's no second option. Like, again, he is far and away the superior rage mode. I would even say, you know, he's better than all the Great Apes as well. I mean, his only lasts for 1 turn compared to the Great Apes, a lot of them which last for 2 turns, right? But there we go. There's his special windscreen, which, again, you're going to see this never. This is going to be super, super rare to see. So this is a good place to end it out. Let me know what you guys think of the future category team, LR Goku Black and Zamasu, the 5th year anniversary, all this stuff. I mean, the future category team and Time Travelers are just so nuts. And, like, all of these units EZing are on both categories, right? Physical Vegito Blue, Int Rage Trunks, Merge Zamasu, AJL Rose, Int Blue Vegeta. Like, those units were all right in the middle of their EZAs right now. So, like, the future and Time Travelers, and, I mean, Realm of Gods, we could say, too, which has all of them except for Trunks. It's just, like, so crazy. Like, the rich get richer, basically, with some of these categories. It's fine. I'm okay with it. Big time celebration time, right? But during the slow downtime, Dokkan in 2020 has got to buff the weak stuff. We got to get World Tournament, Namekian, Low Class Saiyan, you know, stuff like that has got to get the boost up. We have to. So let's see what Dokkan does. I trust him, though. They've been doing good for quite a while. So thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.